The story I am about to narrate is a retelling of the tale of an old, cunning heron and a clever crab, adapted from the Panchatantra, one of the world's oldest collections of fables, which continues to delight both young and old to this day. Once upon a time, in a small pond full of aquatic life of all types, there lived a clever heron. He lived by eating the small fish and frogs in the pond, but as he was getting old, catching the lively jumping fish and frogs was no longer an easy task for him. He pondered over his problem and came up with a solution. He pretended to be sad and depressed and stood for hours at the edge of the pond with a worried look on his face. A crab, which had lived in the pond for some time, observed this strange behavior of the heron. Finally, his curiosity got the better of him.
What is the matter with you, uncle? We see that you are no longer interested in eating the fish in the pond, and you look worried.
You all know that your uncle here is deeply concerned about you. A few days back, I overheard some men talking to each other as they passed by this pond, and they were saying that the pond here seems to be drying out, but the surrounding land is fertile and ideal for farming. They plan to return soon with more men and start work. I heard them say that they will divert the water from the pond in the direction of their fields.
The fish, frogs, and crabs were panic-stricken on hearing this.
Dear uncle, we are tiny and helpless. What can we do in this situation to save ourselves? You are a wise and clever bird, and as you care about us, please suggest how we can be safe in this great calamity that is going to befall us.
I have been pondering over this matter, and I think I have a solution. During my sojourns, I have seen a river not very far from here. It is a wonderful place with clear, sparkling water and green grass on the banks. I can take you all there, a few at a time, using my beak and my back. The river is bigger and we can all live there happily.
There was a lot of excitement in the pond, with the fish, frogs, and crabs each clamoring to be the first to be carried to their new home. As agreed upon, the old heron carried some of the fish in his beak, but instead of taking them to the promised river, he took them to a place full of rocks and big stones, and there he ate them. He was delighted with himself at the success of his plan and at the stupidity of the inhabitants of the pool, and promised himself he wouldn't ever go hungry again. After some days, it was the turn of the crab to be carried to the promised river. The crab climbed onto the heron's back, and the heron flew off.
Uncle, are we there?
Not yet.
The heron finally started to descend onto a barren place full of rocks and stones.
Where is the river? I cannot see any river or green grass in this barren place.
Ha ha ha. I have been eating fish for the last few days and am looking forward to some crab meat for a change.
The crab thought to himself,
Alas, my poor friends! What a great folly we have made by trusting this crooked bird. He has betrayed us. But one should never give up without a fight. I have to think about saving myself and my friends in the pond. Before I meet with the same fate, I will put an end to this really old rascal.
He wrapped his claws around the heron's neck just before the bird landed, killing it instantly. He then made his way back to the pond and narrated the horrifying story of how the heron had lied to them so that he could eat them. Feeling deeply hurt and betrayed, they realized how foolish they had been to trust the cunning heron. This story teaches us not to trust anyone blindly, as a foe could appear as a friend. The resourceful crab teaches us that wisdom may be a better weapon than strength, and that one should never give up in any situation without putting up a fight.